So this video is about what to look for when you're researching your challenge. And the idea is that you want to start by learning as much as you can about the topic that you select. Before you go about talking to anyone or designing ideas or anything like that, what does it mean to characterize your challenge? So to make it a little bit easier, I use this framework of what, who, where, why, and how. So let's start with those questions. First, answer the question, what is the challenge that you're narrowing in on? What's the topic you picked? Describe it. What is its nature and characteristics? What consequences does it have on people? Why do you care about it? Why is it important? So that's the first question. What is your challenge? The second question is who? Who are the affected populations? What are their characteristics? Does it affect some people more than others? The third question is where? Where are these people? Is this a challenge that's really concentrated in one place? Is it distributed over a large area? Is there a lot of variability in where it's located? So where? What is the geographic and sociodemographic setting that you're working on? And next, why? Why has this challenge persisted? Of course, you're not the first person that has tried to approach it. So it must be a very complicated and sticky challenge. And it's important to know what are the root causes. And you want to dig deeper as much as you can until you figure out what these root causes are. And then finally, how? What are the pathways by which these root causes affect the populations you've identified? So by answering these questions, you can start to get a picture, both for your own understanding and to communicate to others, about the challenge that you have chosen to tackle in this course. What is it? Who does it affect? Where are they? Why? What are the root causes? And how? What are the pathways? How does this happen? And then, once you have conducted this research on this challenge, you want to find out who else is already working on it. What have others already tried? What has worked and what hasn't? And more importantly, what hasn't worked and why? So researching previous attempts to tackle this challenge is critical. And unlike what we talked about in the previous video, this is a checklist of requirements that you need to fulfill. It's really important to be able to characterize in a very deep way the what, who, where, why, how, and previous attempts at tackling this challenge. And don't forget that there will be a lot of nuances in these questions. So for example, you want to think about the magnitude versus distribution of the challenge, which means depth versus breadth, the variability, which we talked about, if it affects different people in different ways, and also the trends over time. How is it changing? So these are the kinds of nuances you want to be able to look for as you research your topic. And this is how you'll start to characterize your challenge. In the next video, we'll talk about the types of data you might find and where to go about looking.